So after a hysterectomy, a lot of women are told just rest and heal. Well, that's fine, but what if you are cleared now for movement and you want to start working on your core muscles again without putting a lot of pressure on your pelvic floor? Well, today I'm going to talk you through some simple exercises that you can start doing that will help your body heal and recover in a safe manner and make you feel more confident about returning to exercise. My name is Dr. Dawn Andalone. I'm a pelvic floor specialist, and after working with so many women after a hysterectomy, I know how many questions it comes with. There's a lot of information you might get from your doctor right away, but not necessarily about return to exercise and movement. So that's where I come into play and like to guide you in the right direction. With your body, you want to make sure you listen to your body. Everyone's going to heal differently after a hysterectomy. So once you feel ready and you're walking around your house or you start walking outside and you are just itching for a little more movement, you're going to start here. We want to make sure that we're working on your core muscles because you may feel a little bit of weakness after inactivity while you're resting and healing, at least the first couple weeks after your surgery. Your abdominals may feel a little bit weak, may feel a little unstable, or maybe you're worried about which exercises will actually make your symptoms worse. So, starting with some deep breathing exercises is going to be step number one. Diaphragmatic breathing is very gentle and healing and safe to do even before you're cleared for general exercise. You want to connect to those muscles by just working on the breathing affects your diaphragm. That's the top part of your core. So your breathing muscle is very important for getting blood flow, circulation, and just starting to connect to this area again. So doing a diaphragmatic breathing exercise, we want to make sure that you are comfortable. You might have little pillows or support under your legs, but place your hands around your rib cage, and you want to imagine your ribs moving out to the side as you're inhaling. Think of an umbrella opening and closing. I'm breathing in through my nose, and then I'm exhaling through my mouth. You want to take any tension out of your neck and shoulders, out of your lower back and your pelvis area, and just think of getting that movement through your ribs with your inhale and exhale, repeating about 10 times. You may feel your belly rise and fall as you're breathing, but focus on those ribs because that is going to be helpful for your diaphragm and your breathing muscles. So once you are cleared by your doctor, you're going to start some gentle core exercises. I do have a great program for this, a hysterectomy recovery success program. I'll link right below, but I do start with some basic hip stretches, back stretches, and also pelvic floor and core strengthening exercises that are safe and healthy to do as you're recovering before you go back to any other strenuous fitness activities. Something's very important to address, especially with the pelvic floor expert. So as we start, we're going to start with step one. You've been cleared by your doctor. You're going to start some gentle pelvic tilts. And in a pelvic tilt, imagine your pelvis, your hip bones down here. You're just going to be rocking them back and forth. So just nice, gentle movements. And from there, my pubic bone lifts, my lower back presses against the floor, and I feel a little engagement, tightening of my lower belly. You let those muscles release on your inhale, and then as you exhale, you're lifting the pubic bone and gently pulling in through the lower belly. Just nice and easy back and forth, about 10 reps there. That is step number one of a pelvic tilt exercise. Next is a heel slide. So as I engage those muscles here, my back just keeps a little neutral position here. I'm not pressing into the mat, but I just keep a little engagement, a little tightening of my lower abs. And I'm going to slide one leg along the floor while I prevent the rocking and moving of my pelvis. So it's just a gentle movement, sliding one leg at a time. You can do this with socks on the floor. Your leg will move a lot easier, but you're just going to gently move back and forth. This is going to mimic movements that you do around your house because you have to engage these muscles just gently first. It's like second nature, but we have to teach them how to work again. So we engage these before we move our arms and legs, and therefore you're teaching them how to fire again. So those heel slides, you can do about 10 on each side, slowly with your breathing and a little abdominal engagement. Next is a standing march exercise. So I am going to be standing in place, and I want to pull those muscles just gently in. Think of hugging that lower belly in. And then as I pull it in, I'm going to lift one leg up. I inhale, I let the muscles go on the way down, and then exhale, I draw those muscles in and I lift one leg. You can hold on to something if you need to, but it's teaching those muscles again in a different position how to activate and how to fire as you're moving your legs. So gentle marches up and down. You can do this from a seated position or even standing like I just showed, about 10 times on each side. So what to avoid? You want to avoid any really heavy lifting, crunches or sit-ups. That's going to put a lot of stress and pressure down on your pelvic floor without training these muscles to work properly first. That's another level of things that you can start doing down the road, but once you build a strong foundation and once you understand how the breathing and the core muscles all work together, then you can progress into those things down the road. It's not to say you can't do them, but in this healing phase, especially the first 6 to 8 weeks, you want to train muscles just like I've showed you before in a safe manner. Also, doing planks too soon can put a lot of strain on your abdominal wall and on your pelvic floor as well. Any leg raises or a lot of twisting motions, if those are done also with resistance, that can put a lot of extra strain on the areas where you had the surgery and will not help in the healing process. You definitely want to wait for those once you have done more restorative and core related strengthening exercises that are going to be more beneficial in the long run, because your muscles will respond the best way before you lift anything heavy, before you engage and twist, and that puts more pressure on your pelvic floor area. So best to progress safely. You want to make sure you're always listening to your body. Any little aches or pains or sharp pain is definitely something to back up and go back to the beginning. Work on those breathing exercises. Go back to some basic Pilates mat type exercises that don't encourage a lot of planking or crunching, and therefore you'll be putting your body in a better position to recover, so therefore you can progress in the right way, especially if you want to go back to more high impact type exercises like running or jumping. If you don't have a strong foundation first, then you are going to injure yourself. So this is all to help you in the long run and safe things that you can do and think about as you're going through this recovery process. Now, I mentioned before my hysterectomy recovery program. It is in the link below, but I go through a whole series of exercises that you can do in those first few months after a hysterectomy that are safe to do once you have been cleared by your doctor for more movement. I hope you found this video helpful. I have other videos about hysterectomy recovery, so subscribe to this channel, and I would love to see you again in another video. I wish you healing and a safe healing and recovery. Thanks so much for watching.